Okay. We are live, everybody. We are live. We are well. We are blessed. And there is no stress. So, what's going on, guys? I hope you're having a phenomenal, nominal day. And I can understand my lingo. It feels so good to be with you guys for day number 3 of this 5-part series. So today I will be actually talking about alt currencies, what those are about, a little bit of a better understanding, how one can even accumulate. And I'm also, if you stick to the end, I will give you away a couple of my top projects that I'm currently looking into. So that being said, guys, I'm bringing this video to you guys because you know what? I see a lot of scams out there. I see a lot of these like crypto gifting schemes, and the whole thing that we're missing is the lack of the actual education, the learning side of it. Because learning this information is the thing that will change one situation, right? So that is a big piece, and it's a big missing piece out of all of this. Because if you don't know what the heck you're looking at, and you can hear crypto, that you can hear about, hey, you should get this project, hey, you should get this coin, or hey, look at my thingy I'm doing over here. Well, if you don't even know anything, you're not going to take action, right? A confused mind does absolutely nothing. So education comes first, the right information comes first, and getting being surrounded in the right people. So anyways, guys, so you guys already know my intentions behind these calls. I love every single one of you guys. So let me know, as you're tuning in here. As well, a quick reminder, if you do stick to the end of this series over the next 5 days, and you at least just engage on this video, make a comment, that's all that's needed, and you'll be actually entered into possibly win some free crypto. So I'll be giving away that on the last call. So make sure you do engage, make sure you do comment in there. I want this to be as interactive as possible. As well, if you're on my YouTube channel, make sure you do hit that subscribe button. Like the video as well, get it out to more people. If you're on here on Facebook, make sure you like that video, make sure you do engage and comment on it. That way it can be shown to more people. Feel free to share it to your socials and so forth like that. So that being said, guys, let me dive right into this. Now, the terms of alt currencies. So firstly, we got to understand what the heck alt currencies are even at, right? Alt currencies basically is just anything that's not Bitcoin. Initially things were brought out, this blockchain technology, it was brought via Bitcoin, but now there's been so many other coins that were created. So basically alt currency means is just anything that's not Bitcoin. So looking here, there are over 6,000, I'm gonna clean that lens for you guys. There are 6,000 coins out in the marketplace, maybe more, but there's currently about 6,000. So that means there's over 6,000 alt currencies, right? Ethereum is one of the top alt projects, where it's currently sitting at around $1,700, and that is one of the top alt currency projects. As well, around 80% of the alt currency projects work off of the Ethereum network. So that blockchain network is used very heavily, and that's going to be a currency to look out for in the alt point of view, in the alt standpoint. So some of these currencies that you see in the top projects, you see Polkadot, you see Cardano, you see XRP, you see Binance Coin. Binance Coin has been one of my favorite projects lately. It's just been jumping out the gym. Look at that. 62% gain over the last 7 days alone. So I have a big stake in that guy, and I'm pretty happy with that one right now. Let's look at some of the top movers of this week. We have AMP, we have Graph, we have Raven Coin. I haven't even looked at that. I actually got some of that, and I'll show you guys on a chart. Where did I get Raven Coin? Oh, well, okay. I got in a little bit late to the party, I guess. But I got in Raven Coin right at this drop here. So, it's not too bad. I actually got in on the dip, so that was decent. Got in right there. So I'm, up about 18-20% on that project alone. So, so I don't have this whole, I didn't get the whole 112%. I was a little late to the party. But, so there's a lot of these projects that are moving, and that this is where you see these bigger gains that are happening. And that's just in the last 7 days alone. Imagine, even just putting $100 in and flipping that to $200, right? People would be pretty happy with that. So moving into like the terms of alt currencies, a lot of alt currencies, you can find them, from all different variety of prices, right? So I use CoinGecko. I know a lot of people like using CoinMarketCap, but CoinGecko is actually really, really good to do your research of different coins and different projects, because what I like about it is it shows everything at the top here. You can see like, the market cap, 24-hour volume, the dominance in the market. But what I like about it even more so is when, like, for example, let's take a look at, say, Polkadot. We actually go into the actual project itself. What I like in it, it's gives you all the details. So, for example, CoinMarketCap, it's actually owned by Binance, right? So that's an exchange, a very popular exchange. And if they own a website that shows all the things, who knows if they manipulate that or whatnot, or kind of bias on, this is a completely unbiased place. So what you can see here, you can see the active price. So you have the circulating supply. So you can see in here, and this is a big thing to always look for, is like how much is the supply that's available, right? So that is 1 billion coins. So that means only 1 billion can ever come out in the world. And that is that, right? And currently standing, we're at 963 million out in the network. As well, you see inside of here, you have, the website. So you can actually click on here. You can actually look at the website of the coin itself. So you can do your own research, kind of figure out, okay, well, what's the use case of this? Because when you're looking at any project, it's about the actual usability, right? If there's no use case to it and there's no point of having it, then what's the value in it, right? So I really like this website just to do that research. And what I like about it as well, it kind of shows, okay, these are some of the top exchanges to get it on. I personally use Binance. It's amazing up in Canada. In the United States, Binance, you guys have funny restrictions down there. So it doesn't have as many options and as many coins on Binance down in the States. I've heard of some people using VPNs and stuff like that. Don't quote me on that. But Binance is a really good one to get this on as well. Kraken as well. Kraken down in the States, you can get DOT on there. So you can kind of see overall what's kind of happening with these projects. 30 days, 97% gain. Now we can look at a full perspective of kind of what's gone on with this. So this project was released back in August, right? At like about $2 and around $5, right? And now we're looking at this thing at over $30. I actually got into this project right around the $14 mark was when I got into this project. Maybe it was right in these times. I think it was around $14 where I got it at. Maybe $11. It was between $11 and $14. That's when I got my Polkadot personally, and when I got into that market there. So I'm pretty happy with that portfolio, where that's standing. Overall, this is a really long-term project. Definitely, there's a lot of good use case for it. And it's pretty freaking exciting. So there's a lot of these cool projects. But what I want to share with you guys is, how the importance of blockchain technology and how this is going to be a new way of the future, a new way of us doing banking. And even more importantly, it's just being adapted into our everyday life situation. And, how important it is. So the blockchain, for example, is a decentralized network. So it's from peers to peers and peers to peers. So it's pretty much impossible to hack, to get access into, because it bounces off of so many computers amongst the network. So it bounces kind of off a lot of computers against the network, and that transaction goes through. So, for it, it's very transparent, so you can actually see anyone's transaction. So you can see, hey, when somebody buys 100,000 dollars of Bitcoin or whatever. It's transparent, but it's the people's network. It's taking out that centralization like the banks do, right? Where it's all centralized. Even if you were to try to get $10,000 out of your bank account, you have to go through all these loopholes to just even get it, right? Here, it's the people's money, it's the people's network, and it's just like that. It's really fast. But here's what's really cool. It makes it unique. So one of my favorite top cool little projects that I've come across, and I actually got access to this, like the insider's knowledge from the DL on some of the educators I follow inside of the education platform that I follow very deeply. That's been teaching me all the things that I know today. So I got the in scoop of this project here. So for example, this is a website called TopShop, NBA TopShot. You can Google it. You can look it up, NBA TopShot. So what's really cool about this is they put blockchain technology into sports collectibles. So sports collectibles, you know how big that space is. You see, Gary Vee talking about flipping, sports cards, and you see those people selling sports cards and flipping them. There's a lot of money in that market, right? So what they're doing now today is they're actually putting them into a blockchain, and we can actually look at, what does this look like? So they're getting them into, let me get into the marketplace here. I want to find, so what they're doing is they're getting them into moments like this. So you can actually buy what's called a moment, which is, this is all encrypted on the blockchain. So they're all very unique. There's only X amount ever made. So there's only, X amount made, whether it's 1,000, whether it's 10,000, whether maybe it's 30, whether maybe it's just, so the rarity of it is going to, create more value for it. But for example, this moment here, it costs $1,285 to purchase for this moment. And people will buy this, people will resell it. I heard of a guy, he's been getting into flipping these cards where he's actually, he started with just a couple $1,000 and he was buying and flipping these things. And he made upwards of a couple $1 million over the last several months doing this, right? It's kind of crazy, but it makes sense. This is definitely a way of the future. This is definitely like what we're looking at. Like, for example, LeBron James, $21,000 for this, $175,000. This moment here, $250,000. Look at that. It's just a dunk moment. And, it's got like the stats like you would on a playing card. So this is what's really cool. But what's fascinating about this project, now they've been testing it out in the NBA. They just signed a contract with the UFC. So now the UFC is going to be creating these moments. The NFL's on it, right? They're going to be in here very soon. But what's going on here is we see at the bottom here, we see Dapper Labs, right? And it's partnered with the NBA, right? So now Dapper Labs, they created this new token called Flow Token. And on this website, to buy any of these projects, it's soon not going to be in US dollars. It's going to be in Flow Token, meaning that when people are wanting to buy those memorabilias, they need to purchase Flow Token. So people, there's a need for it. People are got to use it, right? So there's a use case for it. So this is the Flow Token that, is one of my really cool upcoming projects that, is going to be really valuable at some point. It's cool. Like, you see these names that are in here, you recognize these names, that's for sure, right? So it's backed by some really incredible things. You even have a bigger brand audience, so you can see all this branding here. Like, it's backed by many top names, right? So this is just one of the many things that it's going to be used on, right? And then think when the UFC comes into it, right? They're going to be using it. The NFL, right? And they come into it. Samsung, right? What's the use case behind it, right? And you can actually do some more research on here, and you can like read up on your own. But the big thing here is, why would you not want to get some flow token before it goes public on here, right? Before people have to buy, to get this card, they have to pay $500. Why don't, now they're going to have to get $500 worth of flow token to go buy it, right? So you want to position yourself inside of that project before it's even released into that space, right? Because, supply and demand, right? The demand's going to go through the roof. The supply is going to go less and less because people are buying it, right? So that is one of the little projects that are out there that you can get involved with. For example, this one, it's currently up at $17, which could be a very good steal, right? You see over the last 14 days, it's already been jumping out the gym. So for example, I actually got into this project on Saturday, last week, Saturday. So I got in around I got in at 14 something dollars. So you see there, I got in at 14 something dollars. So we're already laughing. We're already up in profits, but it's not too late to get into this project. It's something that's going to be here for a long time. And then here's the thing too is, you kind of find out, what brokers can I get it on? The biggest problem with this project right now is the accessibility of it. For people down in the States, it's very, very, very hard to get this project because it's not available on the exchanges, right? So some of the guys down in the States are calling up all their buddies in Australia, in Canada, anywhere in the world to just try to get their hands on this token, right? So for anyone living outside the States, it's a little bit more accessible. You can find it on a popular exchange called Kraken. I actually had to go to this other exchange. It was like some Korean exchange or something like that. And I got it on there, was actually what I got it on, which worked fine for me. I purchased my flow token. I helped one of my buddies get his flow token just last night. And just like that, I got it. And what's kind of cool about this, let's see if I can, and I'm going to give you one little trick here, guys. This is something I just learned just the other day. So I want to give you guys this trick. Personally, I don't recommend like keeping your coins on exchanges. So what I did, I got the coin and then I transferred it to a more secure wallet. So that way it's off the exchange. It's a place where I know it's secure. And right now my flow token is actually staking, which means that it's earning money passively. So it's just sitting there. It's like being used inside the network. And I get a interest on it where I'm making some money off of what's going on inside of that project. There's a lot of other projects out there that give you some decent staking rewards. But what I found out, and this is my trick for you guys, is using USD Tether to transfer like from one broker to another broker. I found a little trick here because I use Binance normally. That's my way of form. But, there's always some sort of fees for transferring money. Like with anything, there's always little fees across it. There's network fees for the use of, how it works. But what I found is on the USD Tether, if I use what's called the C20 network, that blockchain network, it's actually free. So whatever funds I sent, it didn't charge me anything. So say if I sent $50, it was $50 when it hit here. If I use this network, it would have cost me $20 to use the network. So I would have sent $50 and it would have only been $30. So why would I not use that network, right? So that's a little tip and trick. Right there is use this network. You can transfer maybe, say you have a bunch of Bitcoin, say, hey, I want $100 of flow. Well, transfer your $100 of Bitcoin into USD Tether, then transfer it over here using that. And just like that, you could have the flow token yourself. So, there's a lot of these cool projects out there. Like there's another one of my buddies was telling me about where, you wanted to get into mining. Right? Right now, the Bitcoin mining field is like completely saturated, costs thousands and thousands of dollars. Like, I'm sure maybe you've seen or heard about, how much power it takes. And, there's like these mining farms of Bitcoin where they have like massive warehouses with like thousands and thousands of computer, and it takes a lot of heat and stuff like that. And it costs a lot of money to mine a Bitcoin, but of course it's worthwhile in a sense, right? It's a business, all right? But for us average, ordinary folks who don't have X amount of dollars and have the space and want to go through all the loops, and yeah, that seems like a pain in the butt, right? You know, so you're not going to get into Bitcoin mining, right? So what you can do as an average ordinary person, there's another project out there that the average ordinary folk can purchase this device, plug it into your home, and it's going to accumulate cryptos just passively by being plugged in. And they said something like about where, you know, it's like $350 to get this machine, and it's $300 it's going to make every single month. So one of my buddies on my team, he's like, dude, I'm going to get 4 of these. And just like that, my mortgage is paid for by just having these machines in my house. And they're not even big machines. They're not noisy. They don't look ugly or anything. So like, you know, having access to that information, you know, hearing about those projects is pretty freaking phenomenal. As well, I just found out about this other project that my buddy's been telling me about. And, you know, if anybody's interested, and, you know, I can definitely get you set up and find, you know, get these coins in your pocket. There's another project called, it's like a student kind of coin thing. Like a lot of the universities are backing it and so forth like that. But it's just in pre-launch phase, right? So it's very, very cheap. It's already gone up in price already just today in the last 24 hours. But you can get it at $0.008, right? So that's like a 0.8 of a penny, right? So you can get it cheaper than a penny today, right? So what happens when that gets fully released? What happens when that hits $1? What happens when that hits $10 a coin, right? You're kind of laughing and you're making a good return on your investment. So whether you're putting 10 bucks in, 20 bucks in, 100 bucks in, who cares, right? At least it's doing something and your money's doing somewhere else, right? For example, I had money in my PayPal account, and there, you know, I could purchase this coin using my PayPal. I'm like, why do I have money sitting in my PayPal? I never even use my PayPal. I don't even look at it. It's just sitting there doing nothing. So I took some of that money, I put it into this project, and now it's sitting in a project and it's going up in price. So, you know, make your money go to work for you. So at the end of the day, guys, that's what all of this is for, is, you know, it's learning and understanding how one can make their money work for them. Learn how to make money like the banks do. And for me, I'm super passionate about giving that to people, giving them the opportunity for them to learn how to make money like the banks. You learn how to actually take these trades, right? Even Bitcoin, for example, that's been just jumping out the gym, doing an amazing, amazing job, right? Remember, I showed you guys even this position earlier, but I still have it open, right? You know, I got in, I learned how to trade this thing. Watch, I'll show you guys my entry and how I entered into this market. So we had a major sell-off here, right? So it's sold off here. Pardon all my lines and, like, you know, craziness on the chart. But I got in right here. So on a smaller time frame, which is, this is now the 5-minute time frame. You know, what made me get in at this level? Well, I was looking at my Fibonacci retracements. It's a tool that I learned how to use. And, you know, this is right at the golden level, the 0.618, that pullback zone. So I got in at that pullback zone, entered that trade, stop loss just below this lower point on a 1 minute, on a small time frame, and I entered this trade. And right now I'm currently sitting at a 29% RR, which I'm actually, yeah, I'm up over, you know, I wish I can, oh, I can't show you my trading account. But either way, you know, right now my trading account's up literally over 30%. It's just a little bit more than 30% in there, because I risked just less than 1%. I risked just over 1% on this trade. So, currently sitting, I'm pretty happy with my trade right now, right? So you can learn that skill too. So that way you can come in and actually learn how to trade these markets, right? So for example, if I was to just buy Bitcoin at that time, say if I was to just purchase it, instead of me being up 30% right now, if I just purchased it, let's get my ruler tool here. If I just purchased it and just bought it and held it, I'd be up 9.5%. So that's not too bad either, right? But you can get a lot further by actually learning how to trade it. And you have risk to reward. So that is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. And so that being said, guys, I hope you got a little bit of value from the video and you learned a little bit of something new. Somebody's calling me. Can't talk right now. I got to wrap this up. But so yeah, either way, I hope you guys got something new there. And yeah, that's basically it. As well, anyone that's watching still, there is a call going on tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so in about half an hour from now. And it's actually by two of my favorite educators. These are guys that I've learned so extensively from. They're really good at what they do. Tyrone, he's been teaching how to trade for over 7 years. He's got, tens of thousands of student testimonies. And we have a free exclusive call. It's going to be all informational based. You're here to learn, here to educate yourself. And they're getting on live exclusively with our team alone. And they'll be sharing a lot of their gems and sharing a lot of what they're doing. So yeah, get into my DMs, reach out to me. I can get you the link for that Zoom. It's going to be really, really cool. You're going to learn a lot of new things, learn a little bit more about how trading works and all that good jazz. And, these guys are phenomenal. They're really, really good. And you'll get a whole good sense of the community too. So that being said, guys, stay patient, stay diligent, and watch. The gains are coming. Get plugged in, come in and learn. Reach out if you ever have any questions. Reach out and ask for any help. We're all here to support each other. We're all here to win. At the end of the day, I definitely believe in everybody winning, right? It's hard to cover everything. It's hard to walk you through all these steps. But look, get in my DMs. I'm more than happy to help you out. I'm more than happy to help you get into those projects. Find that information, get plugged into the education and start learning the whole process, right? I'm not a professional, but I'll point you in the direction of the professional. Inside of my network, I know a lot of really phenomenal people. I know 8-figure traders. I know 9-figure traders. I know 7-figure traders. That's where I get my information from. And, maybe necessarily I can't help you with a certain problem. Then at least maybe I can find somebody. I'm here to serve. I'm here to help. So it's like, how can I help you? Right? Tell me about your problem. Well, we'll find a solution for it. And if I can't find the solution, I'll find somebody that can help find the solution. So that is basically it. So that being said, guys, stay blessed. Have a good one. Enjoy your evening. And thanks for watching.